Seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Ready with slow motion and isolated cameras.
Stand by, videotape, and rotate.
And tape is rolling in less than 5, in 3, 2, 1.
Take tape.
From Baltimore Memorial Stadium on a cold night in Baltimore, Maryland, the Los Angeles Rams, led by quarterback Roman Gabriel, attempt to stay close to the NFC's Western Division leaders, the San Francisco 49ers. Gabriel, coming off his best showing of the season last week, will guide his team against the Baltimore Colts and quarterback Earl Morrall. Earl Morrall, now in his 16th year, is having another superb year for the Colts. The Colts also need this one to stay a half game behind the Miami Dolphins in the AFC's Eastern Division. And NFL Monday Night Football is brought to you by Ford, who invites you to see all the 72 better ideas at your Ford dealers. And by Firestone. The name that's known is Firestone, where the rubber meets the road.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Howard Cosell. Welcome to another Monday night of NFL football. We begin our show tonight just a little differently prior to the Rams-Colts game. We are bringing on to meet you a gentleman who got his first season ticket for a Colts game when a returning service veteran in 1947, the former governor of Maryland and, of course, the vice president of the United States, Mr. Spiro Agnew. And, sir, your knowledge of the Colts through all the years is extraordinary.
Well, I've been around them a little while, and I'm a very loyal Colt fan. In spite of my national connections, Howard, I stick with the Colts.
It's not an easy thing for you, then, to pretend to a neutrality.
Well, there's so many politicians who are Redskin fans that I don't feel that it's impossible that one person ought to stay with the Colts.
I would like, if we had time, sir, which obviously we do not, to explore your memories of such as Art Donovan and Gino Marchetti, but Unitas was the one for you.
Unitas was a great one and still is.
Very good, sir. Thank you so much for coming by. For you, we wish a Colts victory. For us in the booth, absolute neutrality. The Vice President of the United States, here tonight, back with his home team. And now, with both teams desperately needing a victory to stay alive in their respective division races tonight, we begin with our analysis of the Los Angeles Rams via the brilliant expertise of the gifted quarterback of yesteryear, Dandy Don Meredith.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you very much. Certainly nice to have Vice President Agnew with us tonight. What you probably didn't notice, he was wearing a Howard Cosell wristwatch. To talk about the Los Angeles Rams team, we'll start with their offense. The Rams have not been that outstanding on offense this year. They have used two primary receivers, both of them wide receivers. Number 13 is Lance Rensel, who is tied for the lead as the leading receiver for the Rams with 20 receptions this year, averaging, however, only 11.9. With 19 receptions this year is Jack Snow, number 84, the other outside receiver for the Los Angeles Rams. And Jack has caught 19 passes this year, but he has averaged 17.68 each time that he's caught the ball. One thing that might be pointed out again about Lance Rensel, incidentally, is he has carried the ball running 9 times. Has averaged a little over 12 yards. The Ram defense is always made up, or has been in the past, about their strong pass rush. They have two Olsen boys in the middle, and they're pretty dadgum good. You got on the outside, you got Deacon Jones on one side and Clyde Bake on the other. They have a fine defensive team. They're struggling to stay in the thick of this battle. And now I'd like to bring on Frank Gifford to talk to you about the Baltimore.
Earl Morrall falter, Johnny Unitas would come on. But it's defense that the Baltimore's are truly a standout ball club. They've given up only 55 points in 7 ball games. That's remarkable. Only one team can do it with their front four. We talk a lot about zone defense, and we hope we don't confuse you. We've mentioned it over the past few weeks. The reason we talk about it because the zone defense in itself is making some very dramatic changes in the game of football. How often do you see the long bomb anymore, a receiver working individually against the cornerback? Not very often. The receivers today have to work in areas. The zone defense provides areas good receivers can work in. A good quarterback can pick a zone apart. It used to be in the old days that only the bad teams played the zone defense, but now the good ones play it, and no one plays it better than Baltimore. And let's look at them 2 weeks ago against the Minnesota Vikings. You'll see Jim Duncan, the right cornerback. He's number 35. Rick Volk, 21. Duncan, the bottom of your screen, rolling up, playing the short zone. Rick Volk dropping deep over the middle. The pass to the open area. Oscar Reed finds that open area. The left corner, it almost forms an umbrella, that zone. On the left corner is Jerry Logan. On the other side is Charlie Stooks, 47. The Colts, with 4 great defensive secondary men, use the zone to perfection. Here it is again. Look at 35, Duncan moving up. He'll make a hit here. Deep is Rick Volk. Now, Stu Voigt, the tight end of the Vikings, finds the open area, and you get the completion. But believe me, it's hard to work against 4 great defenders when they play a good zone defense like Baltimore. We'll be watching it tonight. And that's the end of our pregame activities. We'll be ready for the opening kickoff between the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Colts in just a moment from cold, cold Baltimore.
If you think shaving your chin is hard, how do you think I feel? Up here, you really worry when the razor drags or pulls or scrapes. No more. I hardly feel this shave. I'm using Rapid Shave's new lubricating lather. It puts a coating of lubrication between skin and blade so the razor slides like a sled on snow. Smooth. How does it look? Rapid Shave's new lubricating lather. When it comes to your chin, use your head.
With all the excitement on TV these days, who says what you watch it on has to be dull? Not Panasonic, not even in black and white. Because we make TV that pops out of portable radios. TV that shuts up so you can listen to tape. TV that's really easy to take because it's the world's smallest. These days, Panasonic gives you more exciting ways to watch TV than anyone else in the world. And for us, that's very exciting. Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
Panasonic Color TV is 2,500 scientists, 40,000 technicians who have made color TV this easy to tune. Touch a button called Panel Lock and tune in our brightest picture, our sharpest picture. With Panel Lock on every Panasonic Color TV, Panasonic made color TV this easy to tune. Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
The preliminaries are over at Baltimore Memorial Stadium. 2 fine football teams now coming onto the field. The Rams will receive to your right. The Colts will kick off. There is the series record between these 2 ball clubs. Close, the Colts with the 5-game edge. The Los Angeles Rams record this year, 4-2-1. They trail the San Francisco 49ers by only a half game if they can win tonight. The Baltimore Colts record is 5-2. They need this victory to stay a half game behind Miami in the AFC's Eastern Division. A great Baltimore defensive club against some fine offensive players for the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams, unlike the teams in the past, directed by their rookie head coach, Tommy Prothro, a lot of college hijinks. You'll see many reverses. The 4th leading rusher for the Rams is their flanker, Lance Rinsel, and that comes from reverses. Jim O'Brien will kick off for the Baltimore Colts. Deep, number 23, Alvin Haymond, and number 25, the speedster, Travis Williams. And he has broken open many football games, returning kickoffs. This is Jim O'Brien, the hero of this year's Super Bowl victory. And we're about underway, the temperature hovering right at freezing, a 14-mile-per-hour wind, and here we go. Alvin Haymond. Haymond up over the 30 to about the 32. Don Nottingham down there to make the tackle. We'll set quickly that Ram offense. Roman Gabriel opening at quarterback, number 18. Ken Iman is the center, number 50. The right guard, number 71, Joe Chiavelli. 76, the right tackle, Harry Shue. Bob Klein is the right end, the tight end, number 80. Lance Rinsel, the flanker, 13. Jack Snow, the split end, number 84. The setbacks, Larry Smith and Willie Ellison. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They're moving from their own 32. Smith goes to the wing back on the left side. Snow is right, Wentz is right, Gabriel going to the air immediately. Firing out to Larry Smith, incomplete. Back there, Ted Hendricks on the coverage. Defensively for the Baltimore Colts, 3 fine linebackers. You saw Ted Hendricks, number 83. Mike Curtis is in the middle, number 32. Ray May, the left linebacker, number 56. A great secondary. Charlie Stoops, 47 on the left side. 35, Jim Duncan on the right side. Rick Vogt is the free safety. Jerry Logan in the tight safety. Logan 20, Vogt 21. On 2nd and 10, the ball resting on the 31-yard line. Larry Smith, gain of about 5. Billy Newsome moving over from his defensive left tackle position. Number 78, whom you're looking at the far end of the Baltimore Colts defensive huddle, is Big Bubba Smith. 6'7", 275 pounds, and having a superb year. Freddie Miller is the right tackle, 74. The veteran Freddie Miller. The right defensive end, number 85, Roy Hilton. Third down, we'll call it 5. The ball just over the 35-yard line of the Rams. We're just underway in Baltimore. Smith again. Smith. And it appears he will be short of the first down. Ted Hendricks makes the tackle. This telecast is presented by authority of the Baltimore Colts Football Club. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Baltimore Colts Football Club and the National Football League is prohibited. Pat Studstill comes on to do the punting. There you see his average for the year. Deep, Tom Curtis, number 25, and Rick Vogt. A wobbly end-over kick. Curtis with the fair catch at the 34-yard line. In Baltimore, a partisan capacity crowd takes over for their first series on offense.
Not bad field position, not a very good kick by Studstill. And Frank, as you remember, we were advised to look for something special on the first play by the Colts when they had the ball. We don't know exactly what's coming up that's supposed to be special, but let's look anyway.
And Earl Morrill brings up the Colts. 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line. In motion is Perkins. The reverse to Eddie Hinton. Hinton driven out of bounds up just short of the 40-yard line. Eddie Hinton coming around. Nettles was there along with Kermit Alexander. Offensively for the Baltimore Colts.
We'll take a look at it again. Here's Eddie Hinton. As Howard mentions, the Colts are notorious, more or less, for their first play. They try to do something a little bit different and end around by Hinton, who does have the speed to break a long gainer. He did pick up about 5 or 6 yards on that one, so the Colts do have good field position.
Eddie Hinton out, Willie Richardson in. 2nd down, a long 3. Motion now, Willie Richardson to the left. Boulash, Matty the setbacks. Tom Matty with the play fake. Earl Morrill firing for Boulash. Incomplete. Isaiah Robertson back there on the coverage.
Beautiful coverage by the rookie linebacker as he dropped back with Big Boo and had him picketed all the way.
Willie Richardson is at one wide receiver spot for the Baltimore Colts. Ray Perkins the other. Richardson is 87, coming off a 2-touchdown performance last week against the Steelers. Perkins, number 27, the flanker. John Mackey is the tight end, number 88. Bill Curry, the center, 50. John Williams and Glenn Ressler are the guards. Bob Vogel, the left tackle, number 72. The right tackle is Dan Sullivan. 3rd down, a long 3. The ball just over the 40-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Perkins and Richardson both right. Now Richardson motions left. Morrill again looking for Matty. He has Matty, who had just about the yardage for the first down, but did he have enough? It is appear that he has. Marlon McKeever in on the stop. First down, Baltimore. Marlon McKeever, number 86, the middle linebacker for the Los Angeles Rams. In front of Marlon McKeever, a pair, well, as a brother act. Phil Olson, 72, and Merlin Olson, 74. They're the tackles for the Rams. Dave Jones, 75, the left defensive end. Coy Bacon, the right defensive end, 79. Isaiah Robertson, one linebacker, 58. Jim Purnell, the other, 53. 1st and 10 for the Colts, just short of the 45-yard line. Boulash Dave Elmendorf drags down Bulash, who moves over the 50-yard line into Ram territory.
Tackle by
At secondary for the Rams, Gene Howard, the right cornerback, 21.
Second
Dave
down,
Elmendorf
and 3.
is the free safety, the rookie from Texas A&M. Kermit Alexander, the tight safety, number 39. Jim Nettles at the left cornerback, number 19. And there he is, a legend in the college football ranks at the age of 50. Deserted job security and said, I'm going to give it a try in the pros because that's where the action is. The ball on the 48-yard line of the Rams. Perkins right, Richardson left. Matty, big hole. Matty moving to the Rams' 42-yard line. Kermit Alexander and Marlon McKeever there to make the stop. Another Colt first down. Mr. Everything, Tom Matty.
Kind of typifies the whole Colts team. Does nothing spectacularly well. Some said once he was too slow, but somehow he puts it all together and does what you have to do to win, and that's what the Colts did all last year right through the Super Bowl.
84, Tom Mitchell is now the tight end. First and 10 for the Colts. They're moving from the Rams. 42, Richardson motion left. The fake draw to Matty. Firing for Bulash, and Isaiah Robertson almost picks it off. And Don McCafferty, in his rookie year last year, he led these Baltimore Colts to the World's Championship of Football, a 16-13 win over the Dallas Cowboys. They call him Easy Rider because he's a kind of a gentleman at 6'5".
And on that last play, Frank, as you noted, number 58, Isaiah Robertson, knocked the pass down. That's the third play you've seen this brilliant young rookie from Southern University in already. Keep an eye on him all night. Two rookies in this defensive unit. The other being the already mentioned number 42, Dave Elmendorf. And Prothero has proved that his confidence in these rookies has not been misplaced as the Rams have built themselves into contention again.
Earl Morrill moving from the Rams 42 on 2nd and 10. Again, Richardson motioning left. Fired for Perkins. He has the football. He's in the arms of Nettles, but he scrambles inside the 30-yard line. Jim Nettles finally dragging Perkins down.
Super catch by Perkins there. He caught that one in between two defenders. One of the reasons to send a man in motion, as they have done, the Colts have done in the last few plays, is that it makes the defense change their coverage at the last instant or the last second. So you'll see Richardson go in motion to one side, and if the Colts had designed a zone in their defensive huddle, they'd more or less change it. But they'd see a man go in motion because you can't let a man with Richardson's speed and knowledge of the game get loose man-to-man coverage on the wide side of the field.
First and 10 for Baltimore on the Rams' 29-yard line. Out to the left is Richardson. Motion right is Perkins. The ball goes to Bulash, and he's hit hard. Wow, was he hit?
I think that's one of the Olsen boys up there.
Coy Bacon finally made the stop, but he ran into, I believe, either Dave Jones or Merlin Olsen. Number 75 is Jones. Watch.
Actually, that's McKeever coming up from his middle linebacker along with Jones. As we've mentioned before, Bulash is having a super year, and he is not only a speed runner but a power runner. McKeever had a good lick on him that time.
Whoever it was, he'll think about it next time. 2nd and 10 for Baltimore, moving now from the 29-yard line. Perkins motions right. Morrow looking deep for Richardson. This one will be picked off. Gene Howard. Gene Howard scrambling up over the 15 to the 19-yard line.
Frank, that ball was poorly thrown. He had a man open out in the flat. It was Bulash. I suppose he was trying to go deep, but it was terribly underthrown, 10 or 12 yards, I would say. And Howard was right in the middle.
And with timeout, the score is Baltimore nothing, the Rams nothing.
Unfortunately, your new 1972 Winter is almost ready for delivery. Fortunately, a new Firestone tire that will change the way you feel about winter driving is ready for delivery now. Firestone stops you cold, starts you cold, helps you steer your way through winter weather. New Firestone asymmetrical town and country tires. The winter tire with 3 separate treads. An open traction section to help you start or stop. Center Z-bars for stability and mileage. A stable traction section to help your steering control.
adding up to a wide tread that holds a third more ice-gripping studs than any tire we've made before. These new tires are designed for front wheels, too, to give you even more steering and stopping control on ice. Winter always has a few surprises for you. This year, get Firestone asymmetrical town and country tires from your Firestone dealer or store, and you'll have a few surprises for winter.
Isaiah Robertson on that last play moved in on Earl Morrill. He was not a blitz. He just had no one to cover. Watch this. That's smarts. Gene Howard has picked it off. The Rams moving back to the 29-yard line, their own 29-yard line. Take over, 1st and 10. A little over 8 minutes in the first quarter remain to be played. Gabriel marking the automatic. Smith, brother Ellison, the Rams' leading ground gainer, tackled by Jerry Logan.
Ellison's having a heck of a year for the Rams. He has caught 20 passes. And as Frank mentioned, he is a leading ground gainer, averaging a little over 4 yards per carry. He has been kind of an on-again, off-again football player. He seems to have gotten it together this year.
The Rams, 2nd down and 2, a pickup of 8 by Ellison. Grensel and Klein, the tight end, are to the left. Grensel 13, Klein 80. Jack Snow is on the right side. This is Smith, another big hole. Mike Curtis makes the stop from his middle linebacking position. Plenty of yardage for the first down. Moving to the 44 is Larry Smith. Another versatile football player for the Rams. He's averaging just under 6 yards. As a matter of fact, the Rams have had a fine running game all year long. 1st and 10 for the Rams on their own 44-yard line. Out to the left comes Lance Rensel. Jack Snow, the other wide receiver, is inside Rensel, the second Ram in that you can see. Nowhere for Larry Smith. Number 81, Billy Newsome, moves in to make the stop. And Billy Newsome has been a fine surprise for the Baltimore Colts this year. He's tied with Bubba Smith at getting at opposition quarterbacks. As a matter of fact, the Colts in the last 4 games have tackled the opposition quarterback 18 times. That's pretty good.
Not too bad. But then defense is their shtick.
2nd and 10. The Rams moving from their own 44-yard line. Now the 2 wide receivers, Grensel and Snow, go out to the right. Straight drop back, both backs out. Intended for Ellison and deflected.
That's been one of the assets that Roman Gabriel has had. They say he's 6'4", almost 6'5". He very seldom gets past his block. That time he did get the pressure and he did throw it. Roman has gotten off to a rather slow start this year. His last 2 games have been by far his best of the season. He was injured earlier had some ribs, and had a slight concussion against the 49ers, and only in the last 2 ball games has he been passing with the efficiency that Roman has passed with in the past.
3rd down and 10. The Rams moving from their own 43-yard line. Both wide receivers split. Rensel's in the slot. Snow out to the right. Gabriel for Rensel, wide open. Rensel gets by Stooks. He's out of bounds inside the Baltimore Colts 35-yard line. Ray May forcing Rensel out of bounds.
We've mentioned many times. Let's take a look at it again. Rensel coming from the slot. You'll see on the outside another wide receiver. He was hit by the linebacker, comes down to the middle. The Colts made an adjustment then. They had Rick Bolt out on the secondary. Number 83, Ted Hendricks, is the linebacker, and he was actually on Rensel man for man. Rensel is playing at about 195 this year. His playing weight for the last 2 or 3 years has been close to 210. The Rams are delighted not only with his pass reception, but his ability to run after he catches it.
1st and 10, Rams. They're on the Colts 31-yard line. 25-yard pickup by Lance Rensel. Rensel out left, Snows to the right, Klein the tight end on the left side. Setbacks, Ellison and Smith. This is Ellison. Ellison with a good block. Schiavelli with a fine block springs Ellison, who's inside the 20-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Mike Curtis makes the stop.
Frank, as you know, most quarterbacks have a tendency to kind of underplay any question or any answer that you ask them. I asked Roman and Jerry Rome both before this game, what do you plan to do? And the standard question is, well, we know they're a good defensive team, but we do feel that we can run against them. I said, look, Roman, you know, you hear that a lot. He says, no, we have to. They do play the zone better than anybody we've seen, so we do have to run against them, and he has mixed up his running game very well.
On 1st and 10 from the 18, this is Smith. Smith stopped by Mike Curtis. Pickup of about a yard and a half. The ball just inside the 16-yard line of the Colts. Another thing we mentioned earlier, the Rams like to do, they like to run a lot of reverses. They run them to their tight end, they run them to Rensel, and they'll play fake off it, they'll screen off it. And every week they seem to put something new in. Just a little Tommy Prothrow wrinkle. On 2nd down and 8 from the 16. Rensel's left, Snow is right. Here comes Smith behind Schiavelli again. Number 83, Ted Hendricks, the right linebacker, moves in on Smith. He picks up maybe a yard. What a fine linebacker this man is. He's 6'7" and 215 pounds.
Another thing, Frank, he has a lateral pursuit, as do all the linebackers. They're extremely fast. They cover well. They work every day in perfecting the zone defense. Therefore, they have great lateral movement. It's the opinion of most people that the best place to run against the Colts is inside the tackles on quick traps or straight power plays.
On the passing down, 3rd and 15. Out to the left, both wide receivers. Rensel 13 at the bottom of your screen. Inside is Jack Snow. And Roman Gabriel with the play fake. Firing out to Smith. Smith inside the 15 for a pickup of about 2 or 3. Mike Curtis there to make the stop. Fourth down, and David Ray will come on for the attempted field goal. David Ray, 11 out of 15 for 49 points thus far. He's kicked them from 47, 46, 45. He'll be kicking this from just inside the 20-yard line of the Baltimore Colts.
While we await the field goal try, a quick reminder to our viewers and listeners, the NCAA college football game on Thanksgiving Day, Nebraska against Oklahoma here on ABC, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time.
That'll be a good one.
David Ray from the 20. It's up, and it's good. And NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Colts, continues from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with the score, the Rams 3, the Colts nothing.
Man in the Neanderthal period, the Cro-Magnon period, and the all-wet period. Note the slick-down hair. Today, of course, the look is dry and natural. So Command was created to hold without looking wet or oily. Blue label for normal hair, silver for stubborn, and red with natural grooming conditioners. Oh, Command Tahitian Lime Antiperspirant to help keep modern man dry, period.
Getting onto the freeway at rush hour is a challenge if your car has this problem. Step on the gas and it stumbles, falters. That's called hesitation. In real cars, it may be caused by poor fuel distribution. If it is, you may get help from Esso. 3 new efficiency gasolines with HTA. Try a couple of tankfuls. For a lot of cars, that's all you may need to overcome hesitation and help you meet the freeway challenge.
This is how you win football games. A little over 5 minutes, using 9 plays to go 71 yards. The Rams are out in front of the Baltimore Colts by 3. David Ray to kick off. Deep, number 23, McCauley. And number 42, Charlie Pittman. High kick. This is Pittman. Pittman running hard to the 25-yard line. Matt Maslowski makes the tackle for the Los Angeles Rams.
He's quite a story, Frank Maslowski. Never even played college football, really. Came to camp, an outsider. Nobody gave him any kind of shot, and he's turned up very well on the special duty team.
Baltimore, 1st and 10. The ball just over their own 25-yard line. Out to the left goes Willie Richardson. To the right is Perkins. Matty on the sweep, moving behind Williams. 75 Williams with a fine block as Matty moves to about the 33. Isaiah Robertson to make the stop.
You know, you watch Morrill at quarterback. You know Unitas is behind him. But George Plimpton, the adventurous amateur who played with the Detroit Lions some years ago, switches teams and plays with the Baltimore Colts against the Lions for a TV special. Huddled with Plimpton, the great quarterback sneak on his ABC special Friday night, November 26th. Georgie Boy will do it.
Second down, about 1.5 yards to go. We'll make it 2 out to the left, Richardson. Perkins to the right, the ball from the 34-yard line. This is Matty. Phil Olsen there, along with number 86, McKeever. Matty moving to about the 38-yard line.
At the end of the first quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter with the score, the Rams 3, the Colts nothing. Wow, that was fast. Well, they...
This is a recording session. The studio, the quiet interior of the 72 Ford LTD. As any sound engineer can tell you, the quieter the studio, the better the reproduction. And the 72 Ford is built quiet enough to give you every beautiful note. In tuning road vibrations out, Ford builds quiet in. For 72, take a quiet break in the Ford LTD, where quiet plus a luxury ride means a better car, a better value for you. Test drive Quiet Plus at your Ford dealers. Another better idea from Ford.
I'm Roman Gabriel of the Los Angeles Rams. A quarterback needs a clear head to make quick decisions, so don't mess around with drugs.
Well, I understand part of it. What's a shrub job, John?
I don't understand the first part as the man, but I was state championship drugs. I'll put it back. I was a member of the state championship shrub judging team in the 4-H club in Texas for 2 years in a row.
It says Howard the man, and the billing was right.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
From the 37, the Baltimore Colts, Morrill dropping straight back. Firing for his tight end, Mitchell, who just got turned around.
Don, you laid it right in the line earlier when the Colts, having established the effectiveness of their own running game, were thwarted by an interception. You said Morrill threw poorly. Now your characterization of that last throw.
Was not nearly as bad a throw. Mitchell should have looked earlier. He really should have. Coming on the tight end, one of the things that a quarterback has a real problem with is that a receiver, knowing his route, he has to know when to look back at the ball. Now, he was running 20 yards down the field and did not look back. That ball was almost intercepted. Now, I don't know what the timing is that they try to perfect in their workouts, but it is a coordination thing, and I can't really say that was a bad throw, but it looked to me that Mitchell did not look back in time.
Which makes it 2nd and 10 for Baltimore from their own 38. Morrill firing quickly to Mitchell this time, and Mitchell is hit hard by Kermit Alexander.
He looked on that one, and that is a good pass. Unitas has thrown that many, many times. And there's Earl there, but it is a quick slant in by the tight end or the X-end. It's called many things by many people, but Mitchell is big, he's strong. There's very few linebackers that really can keep him on the line of scrimmage effectively, so he can get off the line of scrimmage, look inside, and if you catch the middle linebacker going the other direction, there's a big hole in there to throw the ball to him, and that's what they did that time.
3rd down and 4. Willie Richardson, Perkins come to the left, both wide receivers, the tight end Mitchell to the right, the ball at the 44-yard line, the Colts' own 44-yard line. The draw play. Matty squirting through a hole close to a first down. Marlon McKeever there to make the stop.
You may have noticed on your screen that time that Deacon Jones, number 75, appeared to jump off sides. I read a couple of articles after their Miami game, and Deacon was called for an offsides, which was a very vital offside penalty, which actually a lot of people think maybe he cost a touchdown, but he has been suffering from a sore arch or an instep all year, and Deacon says, well, you know, I'm doing my best. Says, I've relied on my speed so long to anticipate that count and still be as effective as I can with my speed. So he anticipates the count a little bit, and he is going to jump offside.
First down. Tom Matte picks up the first down. The Colts now moving from their own 49-yard line. Perkins motion right. This goes out to Bulash, and he can't find the handle. Norm Bulash couldn't hold on to it.
Frank, I'm not on Earl Marl tonight. I'm not trying to pick on him, but one of the most difficult passes that looks to be one of the most simple is a quick flare. But, you know, you're pretty close to that guy. You're like 5, 6, maybe 8 yards away, and you really can't drill it. You've got to kind of lay that ball out there and anticipate the direction in which that back is running. He's completed 3 of 8, as you can see on your screen. In my opinion, the ball was a little bit low, and it was too hard.
Second down and 10, the ball at the 49, and the Rams, with the Colts anticipating them going to his own defense, one thing the Colts like to do is hit their setbacks, and Matte is their second leading receiver. He's at setback position as Perkins goes to the right. Morrow trying to get this one off to Perkins, overthrows. Back there defending, Nettles, and moving over from free safety, Elmendorf, number 42, Nettles 19. That'll bring up third down. Matte and Bulash all the way as setbacks for the Colts. Their receivers as Morrow faces the passing situation. The tight end, Mitchell, number 84. Perkins, one wide receiver. Willie Richardson, the other.
Don, Baltimore's been gaining on the ground. Why does Morrow suddenly switch to the pass?
Again, I don't know, Howard. I'll have to say that I suppose he has an overall attitude toward the Rams that I'm not aware of. It's 3rd and 10 right now, and I would expect him, obviously, to go to the pass. I think he should.
Picked off. Purnell, Jim Purnell, makes the second interception of Earl Morrow.
I hope we can take a look at that one after we come back after a commercial, because I want to see where he was throwing it.
And NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Colts, continues from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with the score, the Rams 3, the Colts nothing.
A man spends his wedding night thinking of only one thing, his next shave.
Honey, when are you coming to bed? It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
What could cause such behavior? Only Schick Super Chromium. It's so comfortable you'll actually look forward to your next shave. He is a child whose father loves shaving so much he won't let him in the bathroom. Look at him. What causes this? Schick Super Chromium. It's so comfortable you'll actually look forward to your next shave.
This is Firestone's new asymmetrical Town and Country winter tire with 3 separate tread sections and room for 112 ice-gripping studs. The tire to start you, stop you, steer you through the worst winter weather. Now, when you buy one, you get the second one at 50% off regular exchange price plus federal excise tax at all participating Firestone dealers and stores. If you already have them on your rear wheels, get a pair for the front. Once you feel how you stop and steer with these tires on every wheel, you'll never be without them in winter again.
We have a little bit different set. You'll see that number 75, David Jones, is in the middle. They moved Olsen out there. Marl did get a little pressure, but Mitchell, 84, his intended receiver, was going to the inside. The ball was thrown to the outside. Jim Purnell, number 53, is the linebacker who was just dropping into his zone. And that was it. On that play, Norm Bulash was injured downfield. We're not for sure. We think it's his left ankle. We don't know the degree of the injury.
The Rams with good field position. They're on the Colts' 43-yard line. They lead in this football game 3-0. A little over 13 minutes remain to be played in the first half. Smith bouncing off tacklers. Moving back to the inside and moving to about the 37-yard line. Jerry Logan makes the stop. Norm Bulash injured his left foot last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers and had to leave the football game. And we have just been informed a slight twist of his ankle. So we will see. Norm Bulash, the Colts leading rusher. Pickup of 7. It'll be second down and 3. The ball about the 36-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. Colts threatening the blitz. They come with it. That's Hendricks They're going to call that one, I believe. Well, the flag went down as Gabriel tried to get rid of the football.
Well, I believe Tommy Bell was certainly right. Tom Mack was the only white jersey player that I saw in the area, and he is not an eligible receiver. Number 65, he's the guard. The Colts, as you pointed out, Frank, did blitz. I have no clue what he's doing. Oh, I know, he's going back. It is a penalty from the original line of scrimmage. Sorry about that. That's a rule change this year. 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Intentional grounding the ball. There's Johnny Yu. John's thrown a bunch of them away that have not been called. He's thrown a few away that have been. So I'm sure he knows what's going on out there.
Third down. 18 yards to go for the Los Angeles Rams. They are now back in their own territory. The ball just over their 49-yard line. And you will see the Colts come on this one. Keep an eye on Billy Newsom and Bubba Smith. They'll turn it loose. Gabriel going deep to Snow. Rick Fulk picks it off.
As it turned out, it's not that bad. The Colts are now on the 6-yard line. As effective as a punt. That wasn't what he intended to do.
And Bob Klein on the tackle. And with timeout, the score is the Los Angeles Rams 3, the Baltimore Colts nothing.
Aurora has put together a whole stable of new thoroughbreds. Aurora Factory Experimentals, AFX cars. You really drive them with your pistol grip power stick. And when you get good enough, you race them. AFX Power Pack plugs right into the wall for continuous action. You can collect all the AFX cars separately or in sets. AFX sets come with 2 cars, track, power equipment from the model motoring division of Aurora. We're for real.
Is that the game?
Yes. It's called skittle tennis. The object of the game is to wrap the ball around the stake.
Seems fairly simple.
Of course, you have an opponent who tries to do the same thing in the opposite direction.
Seems simple. Let's play. You serve.
Let's play. You serve.
Excellent game, gentlemen. Good day.
Good day. Who are those guys?
Skittle Tennis from Aurora, where fun is the name of the game.
Lance Ritzel tied with Willie Ellison as the Rams' leading pass receiver with 20. He's given the Rams a lot of attack as their 4th leading rusher on the end around, the flank around, whatever you want to call it. But Rick Volk has given the Colts the football. They'll move from their own 12-yard line. Norton Bulash is back in the ball game for the Colts. Matty up over the 15. Isaiah Robertson there along with Dave Elmendorf. There's Norm Bulash, who has a little problem with his left foot or ankle. And there are Norm Bulash's statistics. And the big one, the important one to me, is that average. Just under 6 yards a pop. The ball at the 16-yard line of the Colts, 2nd down. A long 6. Matty again. Boy Bacon, number 79, was there. Pick up about 1.5 yards. The ball now on the 17-yard line.
You look in the program and you see 74 Olson, Merlin, defensive tackle, 6'5", 270. And his brother is right there by him, 6'5", 265.
3rd and 5, the ball at the 17 of the Baltimore Colts. Here comes Perkins, Richardson in motion. Perkins, the wide receiver at the top of your screen. The draw play to Bulash. Phil Olson, number 72.
The first one don't get you, the other one will. And Merlin kind of slowed him up back in the backfield, and Phil came in and closed the gap on him. 2 great football players from Utah State. I know Phil's extremely happy to be out on the West Coast with his brother, and Merlin, along with the rest of the Rams, are delighted to have Phil.
4th down, Bulash missing the first down. Into the ball game, David Lee. There are his statistics. Dropping deep, number 23, Alvin Heyman. a former Baltimore Colt. And just in front of Heyman, Kermit Alexander. Good pressure, and you're going to see the penalty flag on this one. Dave Elmendorf wiped out David Lee, the punter.
He got him pretty good, too. Let's take another look at it. Here is Lee, number 49 for the Colts. The kicker is in a very vulnerable position, as you can imagine. His concentration is in the area of kicking that ball. He's off the ground. You'll see Elmendorf coming in, catches that left leg of Lee's and turns him a flip. A lot of injuries were caused in that way.
What David Lee was complaining about was he was saying that he was, rather not David Lee, but Dave Elmendorf was saying he was blocked into that.
Which is true, Frank. That's, you notice that was only a 5-yard penalty. Rather than roughing the kicker, you got a 5-yard penalty off that, but it was a good lick to David Lee anyway. It does set up first down for the Colts. We'll take a look at it again. You make your decision as whether he was blocked into it or not.
Watch number 34, Tom Nowatzki. I would say no.
I think Nowatzki missed him.
Now, from the 24-yard line, Nottingham is in replacing Bulash. Morrow dropping deep, looking for Richardson. He has him. Willie Richardson at midfield.
Morrow loves to throw to Willie Richardson. He couldn't be more delighted that the Colts got him back. Richardson is a wise receiver who's got a very, very deceptive change of pace as he goes out for the football. Came back a week ago with heroics as the Colts beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Watch the play again. You see Willie moving in and quickly moving upfield until finally tackled by 3 defensive men. But Willie Richardson was traded first to Pittsburgh, on to Miami, given up as washed up by the Dolphins, back with the Colts and starring.
First and 10, the Colts moving now from their own 49. This is Willie Richardson running towards you in motion. Morrow being pursued. I believe that will be incomplete. The pass attempt to Tom Matty. Morrow getting a lot of pressure from Marlon McKeever coming in from his middle linebacking position.
Nonetheless, the Colts had the opportunity to get out of trouble on the wings of Los Angeles' first mistake of the game. That was the kicking penalty, rushing the kicking penalty against Elmendorf. 2 key turnover mistakes, interceptions on Morrow by the Rams, enable the Rams to get their early 3-0 lead. As always in football, the mistakes in the long run when good teams are playing, the team making the most mistakes figures to be trailing.
Second down and 10 for Baltimore. They're moving from their own 49. Perkins goes motion right. Backed up at the line of scrimmage. Nottingham. Marlon McKeever again on the play. Now Nottingham will come out of the game. Bulash back in. Third down, about 9, a long 9. The ball just short of midfield. The triple flanker goes to the right. Matty, the lone setback. Intended for Mitchell and in and out of the hands. Kermit Alexander over covering.
So now Baltimore must relinquish the football, and you saw an interesting statistic a moment ago as we look at a disgruntled and perhaps a little bit disgusted Tom Mitchell come off the field, number 84 out of Bucknell in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Baltimore must give up the football, and we have a kind of repeat of the first half of 2 weeks ago when Baltimore made the key mistakes against Minnesota that might have been the ultimate cost them that ball game.
This is David Lee. He'll be punting to Alvin Heyman and Kermit Alexander. Heyman, 23, Alexander, 39. And again, just getting it off, and the flag goes down again. Dave Elmendorf again. It will be another Baltimore first down, and the rookie from Texas A&M is learning about running into the kicker.
Let's take a look at it again. You'll see 42, Elmendorf coming in. He tried his best to hold Lee up. He says, don't fall down. And he falls down anyway. That's a close call there.
You know, you can run into the kicker, providing you get a hand on the football, but you must make sure you touch the football. And Elmendorf now has given the Colts consecutive first downs.
2 chances as Baltimore moves at the very least closer and closer to field goal range. if not already within it.
The ball just over the Rams' 45-yard line. Perkins motions right. Bulash is back in, but this is Matty. Bulash with a fine block, springing Tom Matty. Tom Matty over the 40 to about the 38. Coy Bacon moving over to make the stop. Norm Bulash leading that play made a fine block that gave Matty the opportunity to make the cutback. Pickup of 7.
I was talking to some of the Colt players about Bulash. They say one of the nicest things about him is that he's a star and doesn't know it.
Averaging just under 6 yards per carry coming into tonight's ball game. Tom Matty not with the big average, but very effective as a receiver. It's 2nd down and 3. The ball at the 35-yard line of the Rams. Matty on the trap block. Inside the 35 to the 31. Dave Elmendorf, Jim Purnell makes the stop. First down, Baltimore.
Watching Matty on that play reminds me that this Saturday on ABC NCAA Regional Football in the East, Cornell, Dartmouth, and an opportunity to see Ed Marinaro, the great youngster who set the career rushing record in college football not too long ago, a possible winner of the Heisman Trophy.
From the 31, the Colts moving. Morrow going deep for Perkins. Nettles gets a hand on it.
Good play by Nettles, who recovered very well to come back and tip that ball away.
Jim Nettles, not big, 5'10", 177 pounds. He moves around in that Rams secondary. A very important football game for both these ball clubs. They both need a win to stay within a half game of their division leaders. For the Rams, the 49ers. For the Baltimore Colts, the Miami Dolphins.
Seeing Nettles make that play out on the corner, Frank. Nettles came to L.A. from the Philadelphia Eagles. He was actually one of the guys that the Cowboys tried to pick on. At that time, he was playing safety. Doing much better out on the corner.
On 2nd and 10 from the 31. Morrow back, rush hard. Willie Richardson. Gene Howard made the stop, and Richardson will be very close to the first down.
Again, that was Elmendorf that was covering Richardson. Earl did a great job there. They had a blitz, had some pressure. You'll see Richardson here come out. It was not Elmendorf, I'm sorry, it was Howard.
Purnell goes out. Geddes comes in on the short yardage. It'll be 3rd down, less than 1, as you see. Richardson will come out for the Baltimore Colts. Mackey will come in for their short yardage offense. Tommy Prothro on the sidelines, and more times than once I've seen Earl Morrill on this kind of a situation play fake and go with the pass. A little over 6 minutes remain in the first half. The Rams out in front 3-0. 3rd and a foot. Matty, motion left. Lou gets the call, and he breaks tackles down to the 10, inside the 10 to the 7.
Oh, has that young man got power.
Tremendous explosion, too, just as he broke through the line, had those knees up, turning. Quick opener. See it in slow motion here. Bulash, 36. Good blocking up front. Watch McKeever, 86, come over, being taken out of the play. Those knees up. Elmendorf, 42, comes up, makes contact. Bulash barely slows down. That's Kermit Alexander coming over, and Howard, 21, to stop him.
It'll be 1st and goal for the Baltimore Colts. They're moving on the Rams' 8-yard line. Out to the right goes Perkins. Willie Richardson comes left. That's the story on Bulash. Matty again behind Bulash. The flag is down. Marlon McKeever. Ken Geddes, who has replaced Purnell at left linebacker for the Rams. Again, we'll remind you a flag is down at the line of scrimmage.
Frank, I've watched Baltimore in several key situations. Looks to be possibly an offside penalty against the Rams. But several key situations, they have run directly at David Jones, number 75. Some people may wonder why. David is an outstanding defensive end, but of the 4 front linemen, he is 15 pounds the lighter man. He is weighing in at 250, and David has been known to play actually at much less than that. Excellent in pursuit. He has great speed and quickness. He is not as big as the other guys and may not be as strong.
Again on first down, the ball inside the 5. Matty on the quick trap. He's behind Rustler. Clint Rustler with a great block as Matty goes in for the touchdown. Beautiful play.
You'll see the fake that he made to the outside to Boulage. Actually, you'll see Earl here fake out to the outside. That takes Jones to the outside. A quick trap coming on the inside. Number 62, Glenn Ressler, was the guy that came over and trapped again. Let's take another look at it from the end zone camera. Watch the fake. Here's Ressler blocking on Phil Olson. Great trap block. We say trap block because if the guy can't see him coming, if it's not straight on, that's a trap block. Ressler came from the offside to block Phil Olson, number 72. Open that one up.
And what a fine block it was as Jim O'Brien splits the uprights. In NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Baltimore Colts continues from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with the score, the Colts 7, the Rams 3.
This is Ford's Pinto 3-door runabout. Different where it counts. We finish Pinto with 5 coats of paint so it can fight off the salt air of Maine. And we made Pinto small enough for maneuvering through New York traffic. We designed Pinto to start easily on December mornings in Minnesota. We made Pinto roomy enough for tall Texas drivers. We gave Pinto the strength to climb the Rockies. Pinto was made to stop quickly in emergencies on Los Angeles freeways. And for windy days on the Golden Gate Bridge, we gave Pinto a wider track than the leading import. The Pinto 3-door runabout. See it at your Ford dealers. Pinto, different where it counts. Another better idea from Ford.